Hello and welcome back to another episode of RGM. Today's another unboxing video. In here I have something else from my childhood, something I haven't seen since 1989. It's a Commodore Plus 4 as the title would suggest. I do have quite fond memories of this computer, but at the same time I do remember being quite disappointed with it when I got it. I actually bought it off one of my school friends at the time. I can't remember what I paid for it. I think it was around about £25, which was a lot of money back then when I was about 14. I seem to remember thinking that it was going to be a lot better than the Commodore 64, with it being so later. But it turns out it was more of a business machine now, obviously looking back with hindsight. I do remember having a few games for it, but not many. And I remember being not very not amazed at all about it. I thought I was going to be getting, I don't know what I thought, to be honest with you. At that age, you just think later model, better graphics, don't you? You don't really know what all the numbers mean. So with all that in mind then, let's get it open and see what's inside. Let's get it open and rekindle some of those childhood memories. I like the way they boxed it up. They made a little lid for the box. Now this was sold to me as untested, so I'm not expecting it to work at all. Strangely, I think it does come, it has got a power supply with it. It may even have two. So I don't know why they wouldn't have tested it. I think now I think about it, it didn't have a lead, that was it for the TV. It's got the original polystyrene in there, but not the sleeve, unfortunately. Oh, it's broken off. I think best thing to do, don't want to rip the polystyrene anymore. Oh, interesting. Presentation pack. So it's got the cardboard outer sleeve. I remember the one that I had a nice shiny sleeve with some box art on it. Now these games, I actually bidded on these separately from the seller. He noticed that I'd done that and he very kindly offered to give them to me for free. He cancelled my bid and said you can have them for nothing. He said he'd rather they went to someone who was going to use them, which I thought was really kind of him. I don't think anyone's ever done that to me before on eBay. The data cassette recorder. Oh, that's good, it's got an adapter so you can use it on the Commodore 64 or the VIC-20. That's good then. Lovely. Certainly better condition than the last one I had. The previous one I had, the cable had been cut off. Here we go. Wow. It's in pretty good condition. Keys feel nice. Lovely little machine. It's not far off Commodore Amiga 600. Yeah, look at the size comparison. There's not a lot in it, is there really? I guess they already had the finned design in mind for the Amiga 500, they got it from this. I always liked that. Okay, let's check out the connectivity and the switches on the Plus 4. As you can see, we finally have a reset button, and alongside that is the toggle on-off switch. And around the back we have a DC input there. This is very similar to the Commodore Amiga 500 and the 128 machines, however the voltage requirements are different and the centre pin is missing. Next to that we have a serial port adapter for things like disk drives. And alongside that we have the cassette adapter, a small DIN plug on this one instead of the usual card slots. As I mentioned before, you do get an adapter so you can use it on the VIC-20 and the Commodore 64, because normally it's obviously a card slot. And here we have a user port for things like a modem, and alongside that we have a memory expansion. Now they did actually do a floppy drive for this computer, which was apparently a lot faster than the VIC-20 and the Commodore 64 drives that were available at the time. Obviously it had its own special connection, so it would only work with this machine. It matched it in colour as well. These seem to be quite hard to find here in the UK though. Alongside we have two joystick adapter ports, a small DIN plug again, so the controls are particular for this machine. However, you can get an adapter to take the D-type plugs on the usual controllers. Then we have RGB video, and on the computer's left hand side we have the standard composite video output via RF, so you can plug it to a normal TV. So I've not seen one of these since 1989, and that's the those keys there. You've got some shortcut keys there. If I remember rightly, there was some built-in software, a spreadsheet, a word processor, and I forget the others. There's some ROMs built in basically. I suppose looking back with hindsight, that was the writing on the wall that it was more of a business machine for me as a child, but obviously I didn't really think about it like that. And made in England. Doesn't look like it's been opened anyway, so that's good. Right then, I suppose the next thing to do will be to test it and see if it's working or not. A lot of games here. I think those are pretty much all the games that were available that came with it as a bundle, if I remember rightly. Right, I'll check the voltage output of that power supply first. We'll test the output on that first, just to make sure it's giving out the right voltages, and then we'll plug it in and see if it's working. Right, I'm just going to check the fuse and the plug, make sure it's the right one. It's always best to make sure, as you probably noticed from other videos, I like to make sure it's the right fuse in there for safety reasons. If it's the wrong fuse, obviously the power supply can catch fire. 3 amp fuse, which it should be. It's missing the grippers actually. Oh, it's got one there. I'll change that plug in at some point. Oh, a little bit loose as well. Don't want them dropping out and shorting. Just check the continuity of that fuse, make sure it's not blown. Yeah, that's fine. Right, let's just check those voltages on the power supply, make sure everything's okay. So we'll do we need 9 volts AC. One part. There we go, 8.9 or 9, there we go. That's on pins 3 and 4. And then we need 5 volts DC and 2 and 1. Quite fiddly this, I should have used some helping hands. There we go. Oh, I've got it the wrong way around, but you know that's right. That's 5. There we go. 5 volts. So then, get an old TV set up and we'll plug it in. See what we've got, if anything. Okay then, moment of truth. Let's see if it works. I've wired it all up. I'm a little bit anxious, but let's see. I'll switch on the side on this one. So are you ready? Nothing, because I just realised I haven't tuned it in. Power light's not coming anyway. But it's not switched on the wall over there either, so thank God for that. Right, take 2. That'll be an outtake. It should come straight on. Should I just leave that in? Right then, take 2 of power up. I didn't have it plugged in before. So then, fingers crossed, ready? Blank screen. I think that's all we've got, isn't it? Yeah, just a blank screen. So it's obviously outputting something, but not what we want to see. Let's just press the reset button. No. Oh well, I guess it's going to need some work. I'll try retuning the TV off camera, see if that makes any difference, just in case it's not quite tuned in. We've got a power light, but nothing else. Turn it off again. Bit of a purple screen now. Before I think it was darker, wasn't it? And this probably hasn't been plugged in for God knows how long. No, I think it's tuned in, it's just not working. So it looks like this is going to be a fixer-upper. So I'll do some research on the internet and see what a purple screen means. And I'll get back to you on that one. Yes, I'll do that next. Done a bit of research on the purple screen, and it's pointing towards the CPU. From what I've read, it looks like the CPUs fail regularly. I don't know if that's true or not. So what I thought I'd do in the meantime is just pop the back off and have a look inside, just in case the chips come unseated, you never know. So looks like it's just 5 Phillips screws. So we'll have a quick look inside and see what we can see. It's in very good condition though overall. There's a little bit of dirt on it. Of course, the good thing about these darker plastic cases as well is they don't yellow, do they? So you haven't got to worry about that. But something tells me that I don't think I'm going to see this working today, unfortunately. I don't think anyone's been in this because the screws are really tight. Never been in one of these before, so this will be a first for me. Hopefully all the chips are socketed. Socketed. So at least then you can just pop them out without having to do any desoldering. Right. Just on clip. You can see some clips at the front there. Always be wary of ribbon cables tearing out. Oh, I see, so it goes over that way. There we go. That's the keyboard out. That's had some pressure put down on it. I can see they put a pad there over something. It's dug into the ribbon cable. So that didn't do a very good job. There we go, here's inside, and look, yes, it looks like all the chips are socketed. It's in very good condition on the inside. No dirt in there at all, compared to that Amiga 600 I did. I'll do a close-up in a bit for you all. It's trying a bit of fluff there between the fuse. How does it get in there? How odd. Why would that be in there? It's like they've put a piece of fluff around the fuse. Strange. That's probably been in there since it was made. Strange. Sometimes the screen looks purple and other times it's black. Right, just try pushing these down. One more thing I think I'll try is unseating the chips and then putting them back in again. We'll try that next. I've had that actually work before in the past for something else, I can't remember when it was now. But I'll try that and then I'll get back to you. Here's a closer look inside the Commodore Plus 4. As you can see, it's immaculate. No dust or dirt. All squeaky clean. I often find them with these things that the better condition they're in, the less chance they are to work. Just seems to be that way sometimes. I've reseated all the chips. They're all getting warm, and there's none there that are really hot or none that are cold. That one there is not overly warm, so that would indicate they're all working okay. I think the next thing to try is a new CPU. That's the first thing to try, and then I'll get back to you all on that, and we'll do a follow-up video and hopefully get it working. Well, there you have it. On this occasion I wasn't quite so lucky, though it was told to me it was not working, so all is not lost. It's going to be a bit of a fixer-upper, like I've said before. I think I got a good deal though. I think I paid £68 posted in the end, and it's in really good condition. The computer itself's in really good condition. There's no fading of the keys, just a little bit of dust here and there, but apart from that it's fine. I'm just going to have to sort out the problem with it. I'm going to try getting a new CPU for it first. That seems to be the first thing to try. As I said before, all the other chips are getting warm. There's nothing there that's getting really hot to indicate there's any faults. So hopefully I'll get it going, fingers crossed. And I'll get back to you with a follow-up video with some gameplay hopefully. Well, I think that just about wraps up this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll be seeing you.